Hello students, hope you all are doing well. Welcome to English class. My name is Tina and today we shall study a story titled Quality. This story is written by John Galsworthy. John Galsworthy in this story depicts the craftsperson's efforts to survive in an era where success is determined by advertisements, not by hard work. Galsworthy depicts shoemakers attempting to stay true to their crafts and in the face of a world driven by money. The story is started with the description of the boot shop. The name of the boot shop was Jesler Brothers, and there were some boots displayed on the window. The author went there very less in number. He was not regular. He was a regular customer, but he do not went there very often. He goes there once a while, once a year, because the boots made by Jesler Brothers lasted very long and they were of very good quality. ओके तो बहुत कम होता था कि जो नरेटर है, जो ऑथर है गैल्सवर्दी, वो वहाँ जाता था, क्योंकि जो भी बूट्स जेसलर ब्रदर्स के द्वारा बनाए जाते थे वो बहुत ही ज़्यादा अच्छी क्वालिटी के होते थे और बहुत ज़्यादा लंबे समय तक चलते थे एज कम्पेयर टू अदर boots. Okay, so once what happened, Galsworthy went over there to order a pair of boots and he ordered for a Russian leather. So Jesler went upstairs, he took some time and he came back holding a golden Russian leather which he asked the narrator to approve, and once it was approved, he said that he will get the boot tomorrow fortnight. But the narrator, when he was talking to Mr. Jesler, he said, "Isn't it awfully hard to do, Mr. Jesler?" And his answer given with a sudden smile from out of the redness of his beard. "It is an art." It's a German, he was a German person, that's why his tone was a little different. So he said, "It is an art, it is an art." Fine. तो नरेटर जो है, जब वो शूज़ लेने के लिए गया था, उसने बोला शूज़ बनाने के लिए, जब उन्होंने उसको रशियन लेदर शो किया तो वो बोलता है कि आपको नहीं लगता कि बहुत ज़्यादा मुश्किल काम है? तो जेसलर ब्रदर्स कहते हैं कि नहीं, ये तो एक आर्ट है और उन्हें जो है इस काम को करने में अच्छा लगता है. सो व्हेन ही गॉट द शूज ही वाज वेरी हैप्पी. इट वाज वेरी नाइस, इट फिटेड सो वेल एंड also it was comfortable for him. Then what happened after some time, or after a couple of months, he went again to purchase some boots from him, and he got the boots from him, and when he got the boots from him, but this time what happened, the boots creaked. So what did he said? He said, "I cannot forget that day on which I had occasion to say to him, Mr. Jesler, that last pair of boots creaked, you know." Means जब नरेटर ने जेसलर को ये बताया कि जो मैंने लास्ट पेयर आपसे लिया था वो क्रीक हो गया, मतलब वो खराब हो गया है, खुल गया है, डैमेज हो गया है, the appearance, the look which he get from Mr. Jesler was very strange. He was surprisingly looking at the narrator as if, how did it happen? ऐसा तो हो ही नहीं सकता. He was surprisingly looking at him. So he inquired about the boot, asking was it wet or something like that. So he inquired about the boot. Next he said, "Okay, you bring them back. I'll check it out, and otherwise I will return you the money." So see, they were the man of words. They were the man of quality. He trust on his quality. He was not believing that जो बूट उसने बनाया वो खराब भी हो सकता है. तो कहता है ठीक है, आप लेकर आना, मैं देख लूँगा, अगर वो ठीक हो सकता है तो, अदरवाइज मैं आपके पैसे वापस दे दूँगा. Then what happened? He took a new pair of boots from there and he went back. After 2 years, he came again to see them, and he told that how fit the boot was which they had lastly made, and this time he went in with wearing a pair of shoes which he had to purchase in emergency from a big firm. तो कुछ रीज़न था जिसकी वजह से उसे बिग फर्म में से एक शू को परचेज करना पड़ा और वो पहन के वो जेस्लर ब्रदर के पास उनकी शॉप में चला गया। और जब जेस्लर ब्रदर ने उस शू को देखा तो एकदम से उन्होंने यही कहा कि ये शू तो मेरे यहाँ से परचेज किया हुआ नहीं है। और उन्होंने उन जो शू उसने पहना हुआ था नरेटर ने, उनके शू पे एक पर्टिकुलर स्पॉट पे हाथ लगाया और फिर कहते हैं कि यहाँ पे ये तुम्हें चोट पहुंचा रहा है, इट हर्ट्स देयर, यहाँ पे तुम्हें चोट पहुंचा रहा है। मीन्स ही वाज सो गुड इन हिज वर्क कि वो नरेटर को शू पहने पहने देख लिया उन्होंने कि शू उनके कहाँ पे पैर में हर्ट कर रहा है, कहाँ पे उन्हें कंफर्टेबल नहीं है। ओके, एंड देन सीइंग दिस दैट ही हैज आल्सो स्टार्टेड पेयरिंग द boots which is made by the firms. He said that the tone was not of anger, nor of sorrow, not even of contempt, but there was in it something quiet that froze the blood. जब वो ये बात उससे कह रहा था बिग फर्म्स की, तो जो उनकी टोन थी, जो उनका मेथड था बोलने का, ऐसा नहीं था कि वो शिकायत कर रहा है या ऐसा भी नहीं था कि वो जो है अपना दुख प्रकट कर रहा है, नहीं। लेकिन जब उन्होंने बोला तो ऑथर जो है उस वक्त फ्रोज हो गए, वो उनको कुछ भी आंसर नहीं दे पाए कि क्यों उन्होंने बिग फर्म से शू परचेज किया। एंड देन जेस्लर वॉज फिल्ड विद सो मच विद इमोशंस कि वो अपने साथ जो उनकी परिस्थितियाँ थी वो जो है ऑथर के सामने बता देता है कि ये जो बिग फर्म्स होती हैं ये एडवर्टाइजमेंट करके जो है अपना जो बेकार सामान होता है, जो अच्छी क्वालिटी का नहीं होता, वो किस तरह से उसे शाइनी प्रोडक्ट बना के बेच रही हैं और किस तरह से उन्होंने हमारे काम को रिड्यूस कर दिया है। और आजकल जो भी है वो बिग फर्म में जाके परचेज करना चाहता है, हमारे पास नहीं आना चाहते और इस वजह से हमारी मार्केट डाउन हो गई है, हमारे पास जो है इतना वर्क नहीं है, इतनी अर्निंग सोर्स नहीं है। और जब नरेटर को इन सारी सिचुएशंस के बारे में पता चलता है तो नरेटर क्या करता है, उन्हें बहुत सारे पेयर ऑफ शूज जो है उनको ऑर्डर कर देता है। नाउ व्हेन ही ऑर्डर्ड इट, he get the pair of shoes and then he went abroad over an year, and after he returns from abroad, Mr. Jessler's shop was the first shop which the narrator visited. He went to Mr. Jessler's shop, he met the youngest Jessler brother over there, and the younger Jessler brother told to him about the death of eldest Jessler brother. ठीक है, दोनों दो भाई थे। तो जब वो लंदन से लौटने के बाद पहली बार जेस्लर ब्रदर के घर गया, शॉप पे गया था, तो जो छोटा वाला भाई था जेस्लर ब्रदर का, उन्होंने बड़े भाई की डेथ के बारे में बताया कि वो किस तरह से उनकी डेथ हो गई। सो ही वाज वेरी शॉक्ड टू नो, ही फेल्ट सॉरी एंड देन ही ऑर्डर्ड हिज पेयर ऑफ शूज एंड ही रिसीव्ड देम, ही फाउंड देम मच बेटर देन द प्रीवियस टाइम, the previous one, and it lasted for many years. Then after some time he came again to order the pair of shoes, and this time he ordered so many shoes. The number was more, or you can say the quantity was more, but the quality was getting better day by day. This time when he went to Mr. Jessler, he was 75 and he failed to recognize him first, but later he recognized him, and then he ordered the pair of shoes, and he got the pair of shoes through the order, and he found them more perfect. So next week he went again to Jessler shop. He thought that I will go to Mr. Jessler और मैं उन्हें बताऊंगा कि जो इस बार आपने शूज बनाए हैं वो कितने अच्छे हैं, मुझे कितने फिट हुए हैं और कितना मैं उनसे कंफर्टेबल में हूँ। बट जब वो वहाँ जाते हैं, he do not found that name plate of Jessler brother, तो वो डिस्टर्ब हो जाता है, he gets disturbed, and when he went in he found an English face which greets him. वहाँ पर एक इंग्लिश मैन होता है, he asked him, inquired him about Jessler brother, and he came to know the death of the younger brother also. तब जो इंग्लिश फेस जो पर्सन वहाँ पे होता है, जो यंग मैन होता है, वो उन्हें बताता है कि जो दुकान है वो उन लोगों ने ले ली है क्योंकि जेस्लर ब्रदर की जो है, जो छोटा भाई था, उसकी भी डेथ हो गई है। और वो उन्हें बताता है कि किस सिचुएशन में वो रहता था। He says, never gave himself time to eat, never had a penny in the house, all went in rent and leather. How he lived so long, I don't know. तो वो उसकी रियल कंडीशन बताता है कि वो कभी भी कुछ नहीं खाता था, वो खाने में टाइम ही नहीं देता था, वो ऑल टाइम वर्क करता रहता था, उसकी दुकान कभी बंद ही नहीं होती थी, जो फायर जलती थी वो ऑल टाइम जलती रहती थी, इवन उसके घर में पैसे भी नहीं थे, जो उसका पैसे वो अर्न करता था शूज़ को बेच के वो सारे किराए के अंदर या लेदर खरीदने के अंदर चले जाते थे. बट so he told all about it, and both the young man and the author agreed that the shoes made by Jessler brothers were of the best quality ever, and they lasted very long. So this story tells about the current situation. We can say that people now are much affected by the advertisement which the big firms are making, and the real workers, the craftsperson, those who value art and quality, their work is getting low day by day. So the motto of the author to tell this story was to take the attention of readers towards this craft person, that how struggling these craft persons are living, how they are living a life full of struggles, though they are not worth it. They are a craft person who have art and who have value of art, and they also work on quality, but they are struggling these days. Although this lesson ends in a sorrow, in sadness, but the motto was the same, that the readers may come to know the hardship of the craft person, that the person who loves their work and who feels happy in their art, whatever they had to do for this thing, their art, to keep the love for their art, they will survive in the hardest situation, but they will not leave the love for their hard work. Okay, so this is a story about Jessler brothers, who were shoemakers, and Mr. John Galsworthy tried to depict the situation of the craft person, how they survive in an era where everything is driven by money, and success is determined by advertisement, not by work. So students, I hope you have understood this story. Let's quickly recap it. In this story, John Galsworthy told about Jessler's brother, who had a shop named Jessler Brothers. They made shoes only on order, and the shoes which were made by Jessler's brothers fitted so long. One person visited to their shop very rarely, because the shoes which one purchased from there lasted for a long time. So even the narrator went over there after an year or 2 years. It was not frequent to visit to his shop, but he also went over there after a year or 2 years, and he know this shop from his father's time, because Jessler's brother had been making shoes from his father's time. So a narrator also inquired from them that isn't it a hard job, isn't it a hard work? But for them, they say that it is an art, and they enjoy this art, they enjoy this work. So once the author also told that the shoe creaked, and the Jessler brother didn't believe it कि वो कैसे खराब हो सकता है. So they said that if you bring it back, I can check it out कि क्यों वो खराब हुआ है, otherwise I will give you the money back. Because he has a trust on his hand, he has a trust on his work which he has once done, that which I have done is the best thing, and it will fit it so long. But their condition was reversed when the big firms came in picture. Because of the big firms, the more their advertisement, their attractive, appealing source, the work of Jessler brothers was reduced. So nowadays they were struggling a lot. Because of their struggle, firstly the elder Jessler brother died, and later the younger Jessler brother died, and they throughout their life they had struggled a lot for their existence. So students, I hope you have understood this story. If you have any problem, you are free to call me. Thank you for joining me. Take care. Bye bye.